Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Foxy New.
Tank Davis destroys Keyshawn Davis. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And as you all seen, Keyshawn Davis calls out Gervonta Tank Davis for a world title fight. Now, I have no problem with the fight in that regard. Anybody can call out anybody. If you believe in yourself, if you think you're that good, call out whoever you want to smoke with. I'm not downing Keyshawn for wanting a Tank Davis fight. I have no problem with that. My whole thing is Gervonta Tank Davis destroys this guy. He's being completely overrated. I've heard people call this man the next Bud Crawford. I've heard people say that this man is an elite fighter already. I've heard people say that this dude is one of the top fighters in boxing. Cut the cap. Stop the cap. He is not beating Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm no Tank Davis fan. But look what Keyshawn Davis did. He beat up a guy coming off of a loss who was massively overweight. This guy was not elite. He didn't have any top talents, skills, nothing. This was a garbage fight. And just because the guy came in overweight, people thought that this was going to be some great test for Keyshawn. The guy didn't have the skills, the power, the defense, talent, nothing for Keyshawn. Keyshawn's a good little fighter, but he's nothing special. He has not proved that he's elite or special at this point. The guy is literally coming off of a loss. What did you expect to happen? He's overweight. What do you expect to happen? Why are people hyping this guy up? I like Keyshawn, but this hype train has to stop. When he beats somebody of note, let me know. Then we can start saying, this guy deserves all this credit. This guy is the man. Other than that, all these guys hyping up Keyshawn makes no sense. It just makes no sense to me. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'm not a Tank fan, but Tank Davis would put this man to sleep. He would knock him unconscious. Let's just be honest and unbiased. Tank Davis versus Keyshawn would be no different than the rest of Tank's career, where Tank is just going to come in and destroy these guys like they're nothing. We need to see Tank against the top guys like Shakur Stevenson. We need to see Tank Davis against that level of opposition and talent. I mean, let's just be honest and unbiased about it. People are overhyping Keyshawn Davis because he stopped a dude coming off of a loss who was overweight. It makes no sense to me. Now, a good test for Keyshawn Davis in his next fight, I would say, is Andy Cruz. Get past Andy Cruz. Do to Andy Cruz what you just did to Gustavo. Then we can talk about your talent level. Then we can say, oh, man, you're great. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, he blows out Andy Cruz right now. Andy Cruz can't mess with him. Andy Cruz still a hell of a boxer. He still is. And the fact that people are putting down Andy Cruz to pump up Keyshawn, these sound like a bunch of Bud Crawford fanboys who are trying to hype up his best buddy. Let's just be honest and unbiased. I mean, at the end of the day, Keyshawn Davis, if the weight was right, I would pick him to beat Devin Haney at this very moment. I'll just be honest about it. If they could make the weight right between these two guys, I would say Keyshawn's talented enough to beat Haney at this moment. But at the end of the day, Tank Davis will put this man to sleep, knock him unconscious. These guys got to stop the hype.